Let's do it. Yeah, the boys.
We are
Episode
back.
8.
Another episode, Stato.
How are you guys? All right,
Uh,
cousin.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing,
Good, mate. What's going on?
mate? Just another episode of Have a Chat with Ray and Stat.
2 months.
2 months. We hit the 2 month mark, bro.
Can't believe it.
Mate,
Can't believe it.
we're keeping this thing going. It's working out.
So far, so good.
So far, so good, bro. How's your week been?
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad, actually.
Yeah.
Thank God, bro. Obviously, hearing this week that we extended for 4 weeks wasn't ideal. But we just got to keep praying for our nation, bro.
We definitely do, bro. End of August, man. Like it's a tough blow, not just for like us wanting to go out and go back to normal lives, but it's definitely a tough blow for people's mental health, eh?
I think they don't care. I think the people high ups don't really care.
Oh no, of course, but like,
But it's just that it's just a constant decline. I think
Yeah, bro,
it's
like,
just
if
going to get worse. I'm hearing to the end of October.
yeah, I mean, if it's hitting us, just imagine families, bro. Like mums that have to homeschool their kids, dads that can't go to work.
Yeah, it's very tough. But look, as I said, bro, thank God. You know, I'm doing all right. There are a lot of people out there that are much worse, but we just got to thank God every day, bro, and count our blessings. But
God's in control, bro. But that's why we do this thing, to get everyone's minds off that for at least a little bit. Give them a little bit of a laugh, man.
that's what we do, bro.
That's
what I
it,
do.
bro.
How was your week?
Yeah, same old, bro. It's actually getting a little bit busier, hey.
Really?
Yeah, Bible college is coming to a close, and next semester starting up, so that's gonna be rough.
How long are your holidays?
I don't have holidays. I was doing summer school,
Oh, right. Yeah. Of
so
course. America. Yep.
I start back up in a week, and I'm doing 4 courses this time round.
Good.
So that's a lot, bro. It's gonna do me in.
Number one.
What? What was number one?
Mate,
No,
you know
that
what was
wasn't.
number
That
one.
was not number one.
It
Don't
was,
act
it
like that
was.
was a voice crack.
Right. Listen, it
Speaking
was.
of, bro, people loved that thing last week.
Because they've noticed it for a very long time. And the
Don't
fact that
start
they've noticed it for a very long
don't start
time.
talking for the people, okay?
No. It's everyone's noticed it. Everyone's noticed it. So listen, guys. My snack for tonight's today is testy pomming. They don't want to bring it up
You're
to
not
the testy
bringing
pom,
out
but we didn't take that
snacks.
long. Listen, we got some pistachios here. So just to mark a great occasion, snap, pop it, one down the hey diddle diddle. So very excited, guys. Make sure you share your snacks of what you guys had, and again, if you miss any that I missed out, hit me up. But yeah, that's some pistachios in that one. But yeah, mate, people loved it because they finally caught on.
You're an absolute nut job. You know that?
I see what you did there because I'm eating
See what I did
pistachios.
there? See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Mate,
Very well done.
people loved that. People loved Stats Take last week.
Yeah, listen, I'm a fan favorite.
Mate, let me say this. It got the response I was hoping for, because you not liking that movie is absolutely ridiculous.
It's not.
But not only did it get that response, because we got 68% of people saying you're a nut job on your poll. Okay? Disagreeing with you. But then I saw you starting to have a little bit of a dig every now and then on Instagram, mate. And one in particular was my Talk to Me guest, Bao. Mate,
Are they?
you two went back and forth, bro.
Yeah, but I beat him.
I don't think so. He had the
Yeah, no, I
final.
definitely beat him.
He had
Listen,
the final
I can't-
say
I
yesterday.
don't
on
lose.
Talk to Me.
I don't lose arguments like that. It's very impossible for me to lose arguments like that. He kept stating, "Oh, you watch people where they wear short shorts, brother. It's sport, and if you don't watch sport, Mister Personal Trainer, Mister Fitness, I'm sure you know what it's all about." But look, you know what? Look, I'm obviously not very humble when it comes to this stuff.
No,
So
not
I'm
at
not gonna play the humble card. I won
not
that
at all.
argument, and then Bao called me out on the Talk to Me episode. So.
Bro,
Bao, bro.
I
Bao,
didn't-
when I see ya, bro, when I see ya, just wait. Just wait.
Well, mate, he's asked to come on, have a chat with Ray and Stat. He wants to have a go at you live.
Does he?
Yeah, bro.
Not happening. You know why?
Why
you know
not?
why?
Why?
Because we have a few other guests lined up. They
Do
need
it.
to come in first.
No,
We get
no.
a lot of
We
comments.
got-
man.
we
get a lot
do,
of comments
bro.
from
We
the
do
people.
have a lot in the pipeline,
Yeah, we do. And there's a lot of people that comment. They want to jump on. We got to let everyone jump on, mate.
bro. We got a couple. I had a couple of phone calls this week, setting up some guests for future episodes. Nothing I want to say on the air yet, because I want to make sure we book them in properly before they do come on. Some that I haven't even told you about yet, bro. So It's exciting stuff. This thing's picking up some pace.
Good. So we need to have anyone and everyone on.
I wouldn't say anyone and everyone, but we're definitely going to have a crew on. That's for sure. Yesterday was Talk to Me, as we just said. Bao was on the episode. Did you listen to it yet?
Yeah, I did, because I obviously heard the call out.
What do you think? You obviously you've never met him. Completely brand new sort of face to Talk to Me. What do you think?
I hate him. No. He's very interesting.
Interesting guy. Eh?
Yeah, interesting guy. Some of the things that he was saying in terms of how he came from, like, you know, having to make that snap decision, either joining the force or going into PT, that was very interesting. Especially seeing it from a non-Christian perspective.
Yeah,
I thought
100%.
that was very intriguing. Now look, all jokes aside, I think he's from the 50-minute conversation you guys had, seems like a good bloke. Doesn't mean I want him on, but I just think he's a good bloke. But I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, guys, check that out. Talk to Me. It's on the channel. It's on Spotify, everywhere else. And give Bao a follow on BDL Fitness. He's doing some great stuff out at Marrickville. So if you guys are out that way, go give him and the team. Go check them out. They've got a great little gym there. I'm excited for when lockdown ends, because then I can go and actually check out the gym.
Yeah.
But that ain't happening anytime soon. So, I wanted to talk about something before we got started today.
Yep.
Basically, every single week, you and I are pushing follow, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And I got a couple of phone calls this week, couple of texts this week as to why we're pushing that. Why do we care so much? Why do we want more subscribers on YouTube? This and that. So right now we're at 71 subscribers. We're 4 away from our next milestone, our next goal. And I wanted to explain why we're pushing it, why it's so important, what it means to the guys and girls listening to us, just so that everyone sort of understood, was on the journey with us, you know? So when everything went down, when we started this thing, man, I started studying YouTube analytics and YouTube channels, marketing, things like that. YouTube offers a free course, and I was also reading a lot of articles in regards to what it takes to build a successful community channel network.
Yep.
And they're very specific about certain milestones you need to hit. The first one being 100 subscribers. Now, the reason for that is they want to see that you do have a fan base, a following, so that they can start pushing out your videos to others. Now, why that's so important to us, bro, is, well, first off, it's going to allow more people to see our channel. It's going to allow the channel to grow and for them to be part of the conversation. But it's also going to push out the clean topics we talk about, the gospel that we talk about. It's going to be pushing out those videos to everyone else. So once we do hit that 100 subscribers mark, we then start getting advertised to other videos. We start getting advertised to other channels. And it's just like when you're on Facebook or Instagram, when you've got mutual friends, you get suggested to other friends, right? Same thing with YouTube. Once you get more people subscribing to your channel, you get more people seeing it that probably wouldn't have seen it the first time around.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's pretty much why we're pushing this thing. We are so close to our next goal. Our next goal is 75. We're 4 subscribers away. So ladies and gents, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this right now, scroll down a little bit, click that subscribe button and help us get to 75 subscribers. I've also got a little challenge for our viewers, Stato.
All right.
And this challenge comes with a prize. All right.
Prize.
Don't worry. It's a decent prize. It's a decent prize. So this is what I want to do, ladies and gents. All right.
As long as Bao doesn't win it, then I'm in.
I can't promise that.
I can. All right, guys, I promise. No.
All right. So this is what I want to do, Stato. I want us to get to 100 by the end of lockdown, which is meant to be the 31st of August, right?
Yep.
I want us to get to 100 subscribers by the end of August. So if you guys are not subscribed to us, subscribe to us and send us a screenshot that you've subscribed. We will put you into the draw to win a free pizza dinner from our friends at Wolfpack Woodfire.
Interesting.
Okay. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna send it out to you. If you want it delivered, I'll get it delivered to you if you're in their delivery range. If not, I will deliver it to you myself. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and send us that screenshot. Send it on Instagram or Facebook. Also, if you're already subscribed to us, share our channel, share our page on Instagram or Facebook. Tag us in it so we know. By the end of the month, we're going to grab all those names, put them into a draw, see who's going to win a free pizza dinner from Wolfpack Woodfire.
Interesting.
Stato, you can go into the draw for this as well, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking of unsubscribing and then getting to the hundreds and subscribing. That's what I'm thinking of doing.
But listen, it's only if we get to 100 subscribers by the end of the month.
All right.
So if we don't hit that milestone, this little challenge is void.
It's interesting.
I feel like you're not excited about this at all.
No, it's just I'm just concerned for the people that might live outside of the delivery range. You might get cold.
That's fine. I've got one of those because my dad used to be an Uber driver and he used to deliver Uber Eats. He's got one of those warmers, one of those food warmers.
Well, that's number 2, and now we're talking.
What was number 2? I did not. No, you can't eat that one. I did not have a voice crack. You can't do that. You're a cheat.
Hatchet.
You're a cheat,
Brother.
You're a cheating dog. That's what you are.
Brother.
Like you're just cheating.
Brother, just get it right.
You're looking at any voice modulation to cheat for this stupid game of yours.
Brother, it's very easy with you. I don't have to look at any voice modulation.
You're a cheat, bro. Anyway, so my dad's got one of those food warmers.
Yeah.
And so I'll just chuck the pizzas into the food warmer.
Brilliant. I like it. Now that you've got that kind of in the bag, now we're talking. I like it.
It's valued up to $50, by the way. So it's not just one pizza. It's
I was gonna say that's why I was like, surely not one pizza.
No. If they've got a family,
rolls, chocolate mousse.
Listen, if they've got a family, they're gonna be able to feed the whole family. If they just want to pig out themselves, they'll pig out themselves. But that's only if we get to 100 subscribers. So, ladies and gents, it's up to you. Let's see if we can get there.
Let's do it.
I'm keen, bro. I'm keen. So, mate, stats take last week, Back to the Future. A lot of people disagreed with you. Yep. How'd you find it after that? I saw you arguing a lot. I saw you getting into it. You told me you got a lot of messages.
Yep, a lot of messages. A lot of friendships ended. I think it was for the best. Yeah, I'd back it. Worst movie, one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
So I say that. Well, I don't want your take again. I say that to say, are you ready for your next one?
No. I'm not ready for the next one because I know it's going to be very, very stupid.
Well, I'm not choosing it this time round. It's going to be the viewers. We're going to put up a question.
That's a bigger concern.
Well, I've got to approve it because it has to be one of those movies that you have to see before you die.
Hang on. Are you quoting Back to the Future as one of the movies you have to see it before you die?
Yep, it's on every before you die list.
Clearly not on mine, so it's not on every list.
Okay, but that's why it's Stats Take. So, ladies and gents, we're going to put up a little questionnaire poll thingy this week to see what movie we get Stat to watch next, and then he'll review it on next week's episode.
I really want to get out of lockdown. I really want to get out of lockdown purely for this.
But bro, you get out of lockdown, you're gonna have to find time to watch these movies. At least now you've got all the time in the world.
I'm not happy. But listen, I said I'll do it for the people. It was a success because I'm very funny. I know that.
Okay. I don't like this cockiness that you've got going tonight.
But there's a difference between cockiness and confidence.
And you're definitely cocky tonight, champ.
Definitely confident. It's like you're confident when you testy pop as well.
You know who else is, bro? You know who else is confident?
Who?
Are these cockatoos? Have you heard this story from this week?
No.
Bro, these scientists did a mad study. I wouldn't say mad, but like they did a study this week on cockatoos. They call them the punks of the bird world, right?
Yep. Apparently.
And have you ever had a cockatoo like sitting on your bin and try to like eat the rubbish on the inside?
Yes.
Bro, it turns out that they did a study behind it as to why these cockatoos do it.
And what was the outcome?
The outcome is they actually learn from each other. So they learn by seeing another cockatoo do it. So how this all started, right, was what was it? Here we go. I'm on the Smithsonian Magazine.
Bro, where do you find this stuff?
The SmithsonianMagazine.com.
Okay.
Here we go. It's really exciting that the researchers were able to catch bin opening in real time, says a biologist. They had a great approach. Okay, where is this thing?
Smithsonian Magazine, you said?
Yeah, like this is full on. Okay, so what they do is they witness other birds performing acts that they gather that it came from the peacock. So they saw the peacock opening a bin once, and then that cockatoo tried it, and then his mates tried it, And now all these cockatoos going and open bins.
When you say to me that you're busy, I feel like you're busy trying to find absurd articles.
No, this is insane though. Like if you think about it, these things are very annoying, but turns out they learn how to do it from each other. Like, man, there's photos here of them opening bins, ripping out rubbish, and it's very annoying, especially in the Campbelltown area, bro. You see it all the time. Every bin day, they just destroy the neighborhood with rubbish everywhere. And turns out it's full on science.
Life training.
Yeah, they're training for it.
Intriguing.
It is. Like, don't you find this stuff interesting?
No, again, it's not something I really care about.
Then you get a news article, champ, because this thing's interesting as anything, bro.
Yeah, I will. I'll. You know what? I'll go next week's one.
Okay, give me a news article, but this is insane. Like these birds, they learn from each other, bro. Like that means, man, they could watch you picking your nose and then learn from that.
Follow the leader.
Yeah, it's a full follow the leader sort of scenario, man. These cockatoos are very smart.
It's interesting. But I don't know how this is so intriguing. I just don't understand. I don't understand the theory behind like you finding this so intriguing.
Like it's smart. It's like something that you wouldn't consider or wouldn't think about, you know?
Like I was never thinking about before, yes.
Yeah. Now you know.
Now I'll never think about it.
But now you know. It's something you didn't know, and now you know.
And I wish I didn't.
Hashtag now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't know. I find that interesting. It's like the horses thing, you know? It's just like stuff you wouldn't, these are like shower thoughts, things you wouldn't think about in like real time, but they just come to you. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah. We'll add that to one of the weird things that you found interesting during the week.
I found this very interesting, bro. And turns out like there was article after article on this thing. So I went to a full rabbit hole.
How long did this take you?
A solid 20 minutes.
That's 20 minutes too long to be looking at things on kookaburras.
They're cockatoos.
Cockatoos. Apologize.
I'm at home, bro. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Like very bored, bro. Very, very bored.
Oof.
What are you doing? That wasn't a voice crack. You're just a... No,
I miss Goose.
I am over this rubbish, bro.
I miss
I'm over
Goose.
it. You're a cheat.
I just miss Goose.
You're a cheat. He did well last week. It was a good episode.
Yeah, I know. This idea of his is exceptional.
By the way, that whole Zoom thing, sorry about that, ladies and gents. For some reason, Zoom recorded it funny. And yeah, we had a different type of video last week.
Yeah, no, not ideal, but still didn't turn out too bad.
Nah, it was all right.
But hey, we got it sorted now, so that's all that matters.
Could have been worse. Could have been like the NRL this weekend.
Oh, man. That was like borderline depression for me.
Right, I saw a couple of articles on it, but I didn't read them because I thought I'd get the full scoop from you. So what happened in Queensland? How did Volandis sort all this stuff out?
Okay, so Queensland had a little COVID breakout, and they had found 6 cases of COVID in the community. Now, Queensland have this habit of shutting down everything, snap lockdown, if there's more than one case. Anytime there's a case or more, they just go into this snap lockdown. Now, you've got to take into account as well, NRL have moved players, families, everyone abroad, but everyone to Queensland. All quarantined and all ready to go to spend time with their partners while they're at work. Then Queensland at 9 a.m. decide that by 4 p.m. that day, they're going to, which was Saturday, everything is shut, everything is stopped from 4 p.m., which means all sports were done for. There was no sport continuing that weekend. It meant that all businesses had to shut, usual big lockdown, everything had to stop, which caused quite a bit of dramas.
Kind of a joke, to be honest.
Massive joke. But this isn't something that Queensland are doing for the first time ever. Every time there's been
they do this.
It's always been a few cases in this massive lockdown.
It's like Victoria. They're in their 5th or 6th or something like that.
Yeah. So they're going to a 3-day snap lockdown. And they said, we'll reassess everything by Monday. But from today to 4 p.m. Monday, we're in a 3-day lockdown. Everything is stopped, including rugby league, which doesn't make things ideal. So then NRL got into crisis meetings from 9 a.m. that day. they got word from the Premier of what was going on. And they basically said, yeah, look, everything's shut. So they literally had crisis meetings. So they got all the 16 CEOs within 5 to 10 minutes to jump on a massive Zoom call and say, everyone stay tuned to what's happening because it's not looking good at this stage. It's crazy how they work. It's crazy how Peter V'landys gets things done, how Andrew Abdo's on top of everything. It is phenomenal to watch. In that day, they sent a 100-page letter to the government to get him exempt to play at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, which was one of the places that was locked down.
It'll be locked down, yeah.
Yeah. So they come out, they 100-page document in the day. It's absurd. Had it all, and it was to the point of like every extreme measure that masks will be worn to the game, even run on the field with them prior to the start of the game. And then the second the game finishes, everyone puts a mask back on and they stick with it through till they get back to the hotels. So V'landys tried to negotiate it through the Premier, then got it through to their health department, Queensland Health, and then tried to get it through the NRL's Project Apollo team to get this all kind of happening. Meanwhile, the games that day, clubs were getting flights from where they were staying to Suncorp to play. So they landed and they got told you have to go back. Some got to the place. The second they got out, got told come straight back on because we have to prevent any COVID cases spreading. Jumped straight back on the plane, moved straight back to the hotel. They said, we're potentially not having NRL this weekend. By that night, about 11 p.m., 10 p.m., the government confirmed and they got back and said, all right, NRL will continue this week, but these very extreme measures are in place. And they got it done within 12 hours.
So how do you do it? What was in that document to get them exempt?
So in the 100-page document, again, lots in it, but it was mainly V'landys and Abdo in a way sucking up to them with every bit they could in terms of player safety, worker safety, having less staff at grounds, having all played at the one location so that they're not playing at 4 different stadiums across Brisbane. They're playing it all at Suncorp Stadium. So they had to cut it all into that. Less workers. So there were a lot of people that usually sit in the box with the coach weren't allowed to go. Very limited staff. And COVID tests every day, getting checked for temperature checks, being ruled out if they couldn't play. But they went to the most extreme of extreme measures just to ensure that the game would go on. Private jets, everything like funded pretty much by the NRL. So they went and they've done this. But the problem I have with all this was horse racing was still continuing on the Saturday. So everything was locked down, but somehow horse racing still got to continue.
So this is why this whole lockdown stuff does my head in, bro.
Because there's so many inconsistencies with how everything has gone out. So, but look, NRL didn't kick a stick. They didn't say, "Oh, we got stopped by horse race." They didn't kick up a stick. They said, "We have to get this game. We have to continue this game going. We can't just hold and blame and point the finger at anyone else. We have to get on top of this." And they did. They got on top of it.
Yeah, but the fact that a government or a state government can just shut down a multi-million-dollar game in 12 hours is ridiculous.
The fact they shut it down 6 hours before a game was scheduled to be played.
That's what I'm saying.
Was insane.
That's full on.
It's full on. It's a joke, but then again, it's the health and safety of everyone concerned. And I can see where they're coming from because their priority is to keep the health and safety of their state intact.
Sure.
The way to go about it, not the best. Why would we move every Tom, Dick, and Harry to Brisbane, have them all quarantine, and then you're gonna shut the game down? Like if they had no direct contact with the health department, they would have been stuffed.
Do you reckon this makes them lose the grand final?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The government stuffed up because purely for the fact that the horse racing got to continue and purely for the fact that there was another industry still being able to perform and still do it as it was. Yeah, they had no crowds and whatever, but they still got to continue and NRL had to shut down. I'm hearing that NRL are open to another move because now things are sort of easing in Victoria. Like, cancelling the season is not an option.
No, I don't know why they wouldn't have just moved it to New Zealand when the bubble was open.
They should have. You know, in hindsight, that would have been phenomenal because
that would have been such a smart move.
Yeah, it would have been brilliant. But Yeah, that one that I wish they looked into, but maybe there wasn't enough hubs that they could have split all 16 teams across. Maybe there wasn't enough, maybe not enough big enough places to fit. You got to consider, you got to remember 16 clubs, or they play, or their wives, or some of them have a lot of kids.
Yeah, okay, but it's another country. They've got the facilities, they've got hotels, they've got things to go with.
I think just with the fact that everything was going so rapidly in New South Wales, there wasn't enough time to think international. Think let's go New Zealand. I don't think there was enough time around that, which is why they had to keep it domestic.
I don't know. I think Queensland was such a dumb idea in the first place, seeing how they go into snap lockdowns every other day.
Yeah, but you know what? So did Victoria and so did South Australia. So everyone is following suit.
That's what I'm saying. Go to WA.
Yeah, but WA are the same.
No, not as bad as Queensland and Victoria.
But they still do snap lockdowns, right? Like they still
but not as
crazy snap lockdowns.
Yeah, but not as frequently.
Not as frequent because there's never as many cases.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Why risk it? Why risk it with a high density sort of environment with Queensland and Victoria when you can go to somewhere that's got barely any cases happening?
Again, it's if there's enough stadiums to be played across, because there's no NRL teams, so there's only mainly AFL stadiums, and AFL is still continuing as per normal to an extent. So there's a lot to consider around that. Look, you're probably right. It could have worked.
I feel like this is all going to blow up in someone's face down the line.
I think it'll blow up in Queensland's because they'll definitely lose potentially the final series and the grand final. I think what they want to do is that if they're looking at going to Victoria, if they do go to Victoria, they'll have to have the harshest protocols again.
Yeah.
Because Victoria can just go into another lockdown like that. And Victoria now still have like 2-3 cases a day.
Yeah, like this whole wearing masks before they jump onto the field.
It's lunacy. Look, the whole thing is pathetic. It's stupid. Even when they've just finished the game and have to put masks on, it's very dumb. But if that's what it takes to continue for the game to continue,
of course, like,
you do it.
Whatever you have to do to get the game to go. But it's just so dumb. Like you see these guys smashing each other face to face, and then they're putting a mask on after the game. It's like, what's that going to do for any of these players?
It's a joke, bro. The whole thing is a joke, and this is why there are so many inconsistencies with all this stuff that I won't get into now. But this is one of the many reasons why the whole thing frustrates me.
Well, to hear the rest of it, ladies and gents, make sure you tune in to League Chat with the Stat tomorrow morning. Yeah, it'd be interesting to get the rest of your take on that, bro, and the rest of the round. Yeah,
ridiculous.
Besides the fact the Dogs got smashed tonight, but that's besides the point. Don't want to bring that up. That was
love it. Listen, you know what? We're consistent, bro.
We are consistent, but I don't know why I sat down thinking we would have a chance at that game.
Every week I sit down, I say we have a chance to win. Every week?
We had the chance against the Titans for sure, but then they pumped us.
I guess they just, other teams want it a bit more desperately than we do at the moment. It's all right.
So what are you doing during lockdown, bro? You watching anything? You doing, how you making the hours pass, bro?
So work 8:30 to 5 every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's a massive help. And then I just do podcast work. I'll just be studying NRL stuff, rewatching footy, just highlighting different bits and pieces in games. Do a lot of that. And then I'll just watch a show that I've already watched, like Classic Friends or Seinfeld, How I Met Your Mother. Like
you don't really like watching
PlayStation.
Stuff,
hey?
You really don't like watching new stuff, hey?
No, I don't care for it all. A lot of it, I'll read it, and I go, this is very stupid. The name, dumb. Like, I don't even...
Okay, but you thought that about all those other shows that you're watching and rewatching now.
Yeah, I did.
So what's the difference?
Because everyone around me, and it was more than just you, but there was a lot of people around me pushing, mate, just give it a crack, give it a go. Everyone enjoys it. You got to do it.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? And everyone that I heard a report from, because there were a lot of people I heard, for example, the whole Back to the Future, right? People said, yeah, it's so good, but I had heard the few that said, look, it's not really worth the time. But everyone I had heard from like Friends and Seinfeld, How I Met Your Mother, all said, worth it. So worth it. You have to watch it. Fresh Prince. So I did.
Okay. I don't really want to go into your psyche and try to understand your mindset, but there's one thing that I've spoken to you about a couple of times, and I need to talk to you about properly, bro, is The Chosen. It's a TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, this thing, you and I are constantly talking about good content, making sure there's more good content out there, this, that. This is one of those quality, good content shows that people need to get on.
This is a Christian show?
It is a Christian show. And you know me more than anyone. I can't stand Christian movies or TV shows because they're just so poorly made. The acting's horrendous. There's no money behind it. It's absolute trash. This is another level. Okay. So The Chosen is a TV show. All right. TV series about Jesus and his disciples. Okay. And it's about his ministry on earth, but it takes it from the eyes of the disciples and what it would have been like to be them during these times. Now, it doesn't sound crash hot, but what is so awesome about this is when they give scriptural context, they go all out and they are sticking to scripture, but they give these characters backstories and backgrounds that the Bible doesn't really say, but is probable. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for example, Simon Peter was a fisherman, okay? Was a tradie. They're not considered back in those times to be the most honest blokes, right? Similar to today. So they give Simon a backstory of he was caught up in a couple of dirty deals. And it shows why it was so important for him to meet the Messiah and for him to follow him and how much his life changed from that. Bro, this show is 2 seasons in and it's absolutely phenomenal. It was all crowdfunded as well.
Oh, really?
So I think their budget is like 10 million a season and it's all by donations. They have this thing called Pay It Forward. All right. So as I said, the show's for free. The TV show is free. And how you get it is by downloading an app on your phone. You get it from the Play Store or the App Store. It's called The Chosen. Just look that up and the app pops up straight away.
Oh, so it's not like a Netflix or Stan.
No. Grab your phone, try it out. Just The Chosen on Google Play or Apple Music. Sorry, not Apple Music, the Apple Store. And it's The Chosen. You download that app and then you get all the episodes for free instantly. And you cast that straight to your TV, cast that to your PlayStation, whatever it is, to your Chromecast, and you can start watching straight away.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at it now from the app. The ratings are like 4.9 out of 5. 5 million downloads.
Bro, it's full on.
Good, huh?
It's full on. And so you'll see on that app, they've got this thing called Pay It Forward. So basically what that means is if you would like to, you can pay for someone else to watch this show.
Yeah.
Just through the app. You make a donation and that makes it available for someone else to watch. Because it costs money to obviously produce an app like that and keep that running. So they've created a system called Pay It Forward. So if you would like to, after watching the show, you can send in a donation and that allows for a certain amount of people to watch the show. That's how they've gotten all the money to fund the episodes.
It's pretty impressive.
It's really, really cool, man.
That's not common though. That's not common amongst anything.
This is actually the first fully crowdfunded TV show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they made headlines all across the States with this thing. It's full on.
That's impressive.
This guy wants to make 7 seasons.
7?
7 seasons, bro. Like
the way he's going, you probably could, eh?
He's going full on, man. Like season 1 was really cool. It starts at the beginning of Jesus' ministry, and season 2 ends at around the Sermon on the Mount.
Oh, yeah.
So he's barely even started with this thing, bro.
That's pretty impressive.
It's full on for Christians and non-Christians alike, man. This show is quality. For non-Christians, it's just a really good binge. It's so quick. And if you guys are interested in what life would have been like back then, it's a quality insight into what it would have been. But for Christians, bro, for us, it's a different level because Jesus has character. Jesus is very much human and very much God. Like it's probably the most perfect depiction of Jesus I've ever seen on TV. And it's a guy by the name of Jonathan Rumi. Mate, this guy's acting's unreal. There's a specific scene in season 2 I watched 2 days ago where he forgives Mary Magdalene for falling back into sin. And mate, it had me in tears, bro.
Oh.
It was such a perfect depiction of what God means to us when we think we're unworthy, but he just wants us to ask for forgiveness.
That's very good.
Bro, I could not recommend this show anymore. I've already watched season 1 twice over the last year. Actually came out last lockdown. And then
really?
And then this lockdown, I waited for all of the season to come out, and I just finished season 2. So guys, check it out. The Chosen, it is full on. It's actually phenomenal. Stat, do me a favor. Watch at least episode 1 this week, man.
Yeah, you know what? See, that's something I can get behind.
I'm a big fan of it, bro. It's quality.
Considering that there are so many out there,
Mm.
types of shows, movies, and they try to depict Christ, or they try to like just have some sort of Christian influence, it usually turns out garbage.
It does 100%. But this one, man, it's just so like they don't back away from them being human beings. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like when you read the Bible, you think of these apostles or these Bible characters as, you know, perfect, or they didn't do much wrong or whatever. In this show, they go straight for it.
Yeah, wow.
Disciples are arguing with each other. Jesus has a sense of humor. It's great. It's really good.
Wow. Yeah, you know, I'll give it a crack for sure. Yeah, I'll hopefully I don't fall asleep in that one. But nah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a good one. I'm looking forward to actually getting into it.
Big fan, man. Guys, check it out. The Chosen. Just download it on Google Play or the App Store, man. Quality.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm actually downloading it now as we speak. So
it's quality, bro.
I'll dig into that one.
Yeah, man.
Which leads me to what I wanted to ask you about.
Talk to me.
Because we have this common pattern that I know a lot about sports and know nothing about movies, and you know a little bit about sports and know a lot about movies. Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Don't know what she casts in or stars in. All I know is that she is beautiful. That's all I know. Had to get that out there.
Okay.
But there's something about her suing Disney. I need you to give me a take
bro.
on it.
So this is full on, man. So I woke up like 3 mornings ago to this news. So Scarlett Johansson acts in the MCU movies, Stato, the ones that you're intrigued by.
What's MCU?
The Marvel Cinematic Universe, all those Marvel movies.
Marvel movies, yep, okay.
She just had a movie come out, Black Widow.
Yeah, we spoke about it a few weeks ago. Yep.
Yes, decent movie, whatever. Yep. But she's now suing Disney for the way that they released the movie. Now, I find this very intriguing because how her contract worked wasn't just she gets paid for the movie a certain amount of money. She would also get paid back end, depending how much the movie made in cinemas.
Okay.
So say, for example, she had a 10% back end deal. For every million, she'd get 100,000, right? I don't know what the back end deal was. I don't know what it would have been, but she's suing them because instead of releasing the movie in theaters like they should have, they also rerouted it and made it a Disney Plus release on their streaming service.
Yeah.
So they made people pay for it on Disney Plus, and then you could watch it at home, meaning that the sales in cinemas dropped massively because why go to the movies when you can just watch it at home?
Yeah, they pulled a shady.
Yeah, so they pulled a shady on it. And so she calls them out and she says, listen, I'm suing you guys because you did this without my consent. At least give me some of the Disney Plus sales. Right? So then Disney comes out and just shames her by being like, you make enough money as it is. You make $20 million for the movie as a salary. What do you need more money for? We're trying to help people out during a global pandemic. And they start putting the whole you're the worst sort of card on her. And
yeah, I agree with Disney.
Do you not care about a global pandemic?
Very good. Very good card. Very good.
When really they don't care about a global pandemic. They were just looking to see what would make them more money. So they decided to destroy her in the press, destroy her character, destroy her her contract, everything like that. And yeah, bro, absolutely tore her apart. So they're in the middle of a massive legal battle right now.
So how far has it gone?
It's just started. Right now, it's just back and forth in the media. Disney's just ripping her apart and she's ripping them apart. What do you think about this? Like, what do you think about that whole contract sort of thing? Like, we're talking about people that have millions of dollars. I get that, but that's not what gets me. It's the contract side of things and how they can just breach a contract like that and try to justify it.
Yeah. I think it's pretty interesting.
It is, eh?
It's actually interesting because with especially with that movie. But Scarlett Johansson's been in the Marvel universe for what? How many movies? Ridiculous amounts, right?
10 plus.
Yeah. My theory is on this. Why would Disney try to pick a fight?
They didn't pick the fight. She picked the fight.
Okay, so
and that's
Disney's coming back. Yeah, I'll tell Scarlett Johansson to shut up then.
No, see, that's the interesting part though. She's only picking the fight now because she's got no more movies with them. That's a fair call, but she's taken on a giant conglomerate that has just decided to void their contract. Disney's in the wrong here, not her.
So, was she also expecting a kick out of it going on to Disney Plus?
No, because that wasn't part of her contract. But the contract, because this movie's been moved like 3 or 4 times. Originally, it was never meant to come out on Disney Plus at all. Okay. It was meant to come out in 2020 in cinemas. Period. That was it.
Because of COVID, it got pushed back
and these Marvel movies make $100+ million in the opening weekend alone. Yeah. So she's not seeing any of that money anymore because they released it on Disney Plus.
That's actually pretty shady.
It's full on.
You're good on Disney.
No, not good on Disney.
It's very funny. He's very funny.
Mate.
Why does she need more money?
Sorry?
Why does she need more money?
Why do they need more money?
Yeah, but why not?
Because it's against the contract.
Yeah, they just did like a sidestep.
They did, 100%. Listen.
Just pulled the goose, he just came in.
Listen, whatever they want to do, go for gold. But now they're facing a lawsuit, which, they've got to deal with.
So now she won't be part of any movies.
That's the thing. That's the interesting part is why wouldn't she go after something like this when she had more movies down the line? She's ended her contract with Disney and Marvel completely. So this is why she's decided to step up and clap back.
I think we'll backfire on her.
You reckon?
Yep.
In what way? Well, first off, she's never working with Disney again after this, I don't think.
This is prior to the breach of contract?
No. Because of the breach of contract.
Yeah, I just think that she'll. I don't know. I think Disney are just like, oh, we're done. You've been in 20+ movies. You've done your part. The movie was released later than it was originally meant to be released anyway. Off you go.
Yeah, 100%. It's no skin off their shoulders because what
they don't care, bro. Don't make the contract anyway. They'll get someone else to fill in and probably do it, if not as equally as well. Probably.
Oh well, her character dies off in Endgame, so.
Well, thanks for ruining it.
Okay, because you're ever gonna watch it.
Hey, you never know. I love the Marvel DC stuff. I'm only like 23 movies behind, which is all the movies behind.
You're a crackpot, bro.
But yeah, it's smart on Disney. I think it's smart that they've tried to go down the Disney Plus route.
Definitely smart business move for sure.
Smart business move
for sure, but it does void the contract, so they're going to fight for that. Listen, I don't think I'm not on either side with this thing. I think Disney has the right to do whatever they want. She has the right to do whatever she wants, but they just got to pay the consequences for doing it. That's it.
How much is talked about that they're looking at getting sued?
They haven't gotten that to that place yet, so I'm very interested to see.
Probably
because then you've also got to think about, okay, how much money would the movie really have made in cinemas because of the pandemic? No chance it's making the numbers pre-pandemic.
No.
And the movie wasn't that great. So how do you calculate all that? This is the stuff that interests me the most about the movie industry is like all this.
So why make a not as great movie?
No, that's Disney's fault. It's rubbish.
Yeah, that's poor on them. Look, I think it's just a smart business move from them. That's it. And I think that they'll win.
Yeah, I think see, because of the whole public perception behind it, I think that they'll settle out of court.
Which always seems to happen anyway.
Yeah, because going to court is just so expensive, man.
They'll probably pull a Samsung and dumping 5 cent coins in different trucks when they lost the battle to Apple.
What?
Did Samsung lose the battle to Apple and had to pay out Apple something ridiculous amount like a few years ago, and then they paid them by dropping off the money in Samsung in like trucks, and then it was all 5 cent coins at the front of their.
What is this? This is an awesome story.
You didn't know this?
No clue. Okay,
I've got nothing for next week. I think it's all here. I think that's that idea.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's how Samsung once paid one of their legal fees to Apple.
They did it all in 5 cent coins.
They did it all in 5 cent coins, and they dumped truckloads and truckloads. They sent trucks, and they just dumped them all 5 cent coins at the front of
That
Apple.
Is awesome.
Yeah, I read on it, and I go, yeah, I'm in love with Samsung.
Why do I feel like this is a lie?
Listen, I don't usually believe everything I read on the internet, but I'd seen 4 articles on it, and I thought, okay, if there's 4 of these articles, and if I've clicked on 4 fake articles, go me. What luck? But no, that's what happened.
Bro, that is the most spiteful move in the world. I love it.
Yeah, look, they lost, and they accepted the loss. They took the L.
They took the L.
I don't have to pay you in a bank transfer. It doesn't say how I have to pay her.
That's brilliant. It's like one year my sister asked for money for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I went to the bank and gave her $200 all in $1 coins.
See? She just think, oh, wow, how nice of him. $200 notes or $450 notes. Oops. Nope. That's not how we roll.
That's not. Hey, I see what you did there. Coins.
It's just
very good.
Oh, yeah, didn't notice. But yeah, Samsung are smart. And look, like as we're saying, bro, I think it would be settled out of court like they usually are. And I think Disney would want to sort of keep a reputation.
This stuff interests me, bro. I love this stuff.
It's good. It interests you because it's about movies and stuff.
Now, I love contracts, bro. Honestly, if they did like with the NRL, if they did a contract show where they just talked about contracts and how the board worked, I would love it.
I would hate it.
I'd love that stuff, bro.
I'd hate it because there's so many flaws.
Oh, 100%. But that's the stuff I love, man. It's like this. Yeah, I just love that stuff. But something I hate, bro. Another Raise rant coming up, man. This one's going to tick you off too. This one's frustrating. Okay. So the AMA, the American Medical Association, okay?
Yeah.
They put forward a request this week after requesting that sex of children should be removed from birth certificates. So your birth certificate shouldn't say you're a male or a female because this is from WebMD, okay, their report. Requiring it can lead to discrimination and an unnecessary burden on individuals whose current gender identity does not align with their designation at birth, namely when they register for schools or sports, adopt, get married, or personal records. Basically, they're saying by you putting a child's sex on a birth certificate, you're setting them up to fail. Because who are you to say what their gender is?
But it's the doctors that say who the gender is. And you can also tell whether the boy has a willy and the girl has nothing. It's very simple.
Okay, but they're wanting to remove that from the birth certificate so that every birth certificate doesn't say male or female anymore.
So what? Is it like a fill in the blank?
No, it's nothing there. Because gender and sex is a construct now. It's not a fact.
Am I surprised?
No, but here's the thing. People say to me, what do you care for, Ray? It's America. It's got nothing to do with us. No, this is why it's got something to do with us, that we follow suit with the States.
Yeah, we're puppets.
Anytime the States does something, give it 2-3 years, we do the same thing. And this is just trying to create more confusion in our world. This is trying to create more confusion with our kids to say that, no, you are not what God made you. You choose what you want to be. And this is absurd.
Yeah.
And Daily Wire reported on it. They talked about how many people are angry about this thing. And mate, people are going off online.
Yeah.
It's just sad, bro. It's sad that we're getting to this. You know, it's just
that was always going to happen. That's just happening a lot quicker than we all sort of anticipated.
Yeah, bro. I just hate that it's going straight for our kids.
Yeah, that's the future generation.
It's ridiculous, bro. It's an absolute joke.
And with the old in with the new, as they say.
It's sad, bro. And the American Medical Association, like the most prominent medical association in that country, is the one that pushed this forward. Like, since you guys are meant to be solely based on science, there's no science there, champ.
Yeah, bro, but there's also no God in their lives.
Very true.
There's no context. So they think that with the way the world's going, it's more to keep it just the agenda and just keep it continuing, because anything opposite that, it's like with what happened in Oz in this last week, where Alan Jones and Sky News were banned on YouTube for a week. Because,
were they?
Yeah.
No way.
Because Alan Jones gets on and rants daily about how this lockdown is absurd, which I 100% agree with. And if whatever, you know. But because YouTube were offended by it, because it's talking about things that are opposite to what is, being out there, they ripped it out for a week.
Far out.
The truth hurts, and no one wants to hear the truth.
It's sad, bro, and this stuff just burns me because, man, they're just turning their faces away from God, bro. They really do not care.
Yeah, they don't care. But like I said in the first episode, where we talked about that famous person. Remember episode 1 very clearly. We talked about like a famous person, and they've got everything, and then they don't have God. And then if someone said to them, "Oh, you should see God," they're like, "God? No, that's the worst thing I've ever heard." But really, that's everything they ever needed.
Yeah.
But because we're going to such a decline and becoming such a God-hating world, that these things, as much as they really shouldn't surprise us, like it just is sadly becoming the norm.
100%.
So look, it's not ideal. And yeah, you're right. I can see your concerns because Australia will definitely follow suit because we're just a bunch of puppets. But at the end of the day, you know what's amazing? I think about this a lot. How God didn't come down 10 years ago and just so we'd have to it's crazy because
shows his mercy. It shows his mercy, eh?
Unbelievable, bro. Oh
yeah.
Oh my goodness! Like if I would have gone ballistic, if we knew what was coming up, we'd say no. We don't want to see any of that. We don't want to be part of that. We don't want to know any of that.
And the crazy part is he made all of this, bro. Like he's literally watching his creation do the complete opposite of what he wants. And he sits there and he says, "No, I love them. I want to see them saved. I want to see them come to heaven one day."
It is crazy, bro.
It's full on, man.
It blows my mind.
Full on. And then that just it makes me look at my life and think about all the stuff that I've done wrong. Makes me think about the stuff I continue to do wrong on a daily basis. And I frustrate myself because I keep falling into sin. Yet, can you imagine how frustrated he is? But he just sits there and he's like, "I love you. I just want you to repent. I forgive you. I just want you to pick yourself back up."
Yeah. Very merciful God.
Yeah, bro. Very merciful. And he really, really just, he just cares. He really does, bro. We're not worthy of him, yet he just cares enough to say, "Nah, I'm waiting. Waiting for you to repent." It's full on.
Yeah. So it's too merciful, bro. It's too good to us.
He's too good. And you know what? While we're on that sort of wheelhouse on that topic, I'm going to go to verse of the week this week, man.
Yeah.
Proverbs 29:11. Proverbs 29:11, man. I read this a couple of days ago, and it convicted me especially because of what you and I do weekly, man, with this whole podcast thing. You and I constantly talk about off air how important it is that we watch ourselves. We watch what we say. We're very, we're opening ourselves up by being on the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's a very, very easy fall by doing something like this, and then it gets me to think about the Christian life in general and how it's so important that we keep our testimonies. How one word that we say can have a negative effect on someone forever. And then I came across this, Proverbs 29:11. "A fool uttereth all on his mind, but a wise man keepeth the thing till afterwards." So Solomon's making a very clear, little comparison here. He's saying what a foolish man does is just says anything and everything at any time he wants. But a wise man holds his tongue and keeps it in and says only what needs to be said. And it makes me think about me and how I conduct myself on a daily basis, the things I decide to say, the things I decide not to say. How much of my speech is just the first thing that comes into my head? Do I just blurt out the first thing that comes up, or do I wait and do I consider and do I act wisely with my words? And that was convicting for me, man, especially with a show like this and with the podcasts that we do, is are we being wise with what we're saying, or are we just saying anything that pops out, not really caring about the repercussions later down the line? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's good. Very important. It's amazing how on certain topics that we talk about, it's so easy to just blurt out and it's so easy to just say what we really think. And I think behind all that, we just want to use it as a kind of like a venting tool.
Yeah.
Like I'm just, it doesn't mean anything. I'm just venting.
Yeah.
But it can be. But sometimes
we're
sometimes
gonna
I'll do it.
Yeah, and we're gonna give an account for every idle word that we say.
And with that being said, it makes me think of the times where I've ranted on certain things, and it can be things that are like not necessarily bad, but the way I've conducted myself in doing it. Even like it can be on a podcast, well, my sport podcast, where I've like ranted on something where I could have utilized my words a little bit better, but in the heat of the moment, or on true genuine feeling, I just said things I wanted to say. So we all fall into that trap. This is something that we all do daily. I feel like this is something that we all struggle with because we get passionate on certain topics that frustrate us, and we always talk on the negative and focus on the negative. And what Solomon's saying is like a fool just utters and talks, and he lets, and when he says all his mind, he lets it all out. And there's nothing that is hidden. He lets it all out, and there is not one spare word in his mind that has not been said. It's all come out. And then he says, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards. He keeps a wise man will keep that all in. He'll pick and choose the right moments. And when he picks and chooses what to say, he ensures that I believe what he's saying is he ensures that it's God glorifying. Where if you're showing that wisdom before saying the things that you want to say, that it's an honor to God. It's honoring to God into what he's saying in that word, especially in that verse. That's very convicting. Reading it and just taking it in as you're saying it, it's a very good verse. It's something that we should always keep in mind.
It just came at the exact right time for me, man, because I was praying about the podcasts and what we do here, and even our church stuff, KBB, the sermons, everything that we're chucking online. And I was praying about that on, I think it was Thursday or Friday. And I was just really praying about, is what we're doing right? What do we need to change? What do we need to improve on? How do I need to ensure that I'm continuing to keep a proper testimony, Because at the end of the day, we do this stuff for God. And so I was just praying about it. And then I opened up my Bible and I read that verse, and I was just like, it came like at the right time, man. Like, okay, just keep watching what you're saying. Don't say everything that comes to your mind. Like, keep it in. And for Christians out there, it's an important principle, Watch what you say. People are listening. Kids are listening. Your friends are listening. And for non-Christians, it's a great principle as well, man. Like in business, in life, don't say everything that pops into your head. Be wise. Choose your words wisely.
Because you're representing Christ at the end of the day.
You are, 100%. And you're representing a family. You're representing a business. The thing is, the tongue is an interesting body part because it can cause so much damage, but it can also do so much good at the same time.
Yeah.
So you really need to learn how to use it.
Tame the tongue.
Yeah, man, it's full on.
Yeah, for sure. Brings me to what we're talking about, the tongue and that. I'm just saying, look here. So Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things does the Lord hate, ye 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. So in those 4 verses, the second thing he mentioned in verse 17 was a lying tongue. Then in verse 19, it was a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. 3 of the 6 things that the Lord hate comes from the tongue.
It's crazy, bro. It's insane how much we can do with this gift that God has given us of speaking, and what you choose to do with it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
The gift of the gab. The gift of the gab, as they say.
When you read that in this proverb, how God has picked out those things, and 3 times he's mentioned the lying tongue and someone discord among brethren and being a false witness that speaketh lies, man. It just shows the importance of just how crazy and it's so easy to just let it slip.
Yeah, man.
Every day.
that's our challenge for this week, ladies and gents, is tame that tongue. Make sure you're watching what you're saying. Think about what you say before you say it, man. Such a simple principle, but a powerful one, bro.
Proverbs 6:16-19. And the reference you gave, Proverbs 29:11.
Yeah, man.
I missed at the beginning. I just want to reflect on that. Yeah, very, very important. So, thanks for that, Ray. That's a good one.
It was a good one, man. And it's another good episode, bro.
Every episode's a good episode.
Another one in the books, man. I've been enjoying this, brother.
Yeah, it's been good, bro. It's getting better. Even though people make me do stupid things like watch stupid movies, it's getting better.
I'm excited to see what the next one is. So, ladies and gents, this week, let's see what we're going to get Stat to watch. Let us know what you thought of our conversation today, guys. Get in that comment section. Let's get the chat moving. You know, we want to hear your thoughts. Honestly, I'm sick of hearing Stats' thoughts 24/7. He's sick of hearing my thoughts 24/7. We want to hear what you guys have to say. I'll tell you, when you guys comment on our posts, when you guys comment on the videos, Stat and I get a mad laugh out of it. We love seeing what you guys have to say. Continue adding to the conversation. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know who you want to see. If there's someone that you think, hey, get them on the show, we'll try get them on the show. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I think on all what you were saying, blanked out. Yeah, some of the comments. Sorry, we're talking about the comments. I love that some people actually like go all out in some of the comments, and like there's ones of the muck rounds. But I had one from
Phil.
One from Phil, yeah.
Bro, that was full on. That was awesome.
That was really good. And he kind of opened up on, why him having to move jobs was very important. But the fact that he got to show the confidence to like put it out there, regardless of how many people would have seen it or not, that was very it was actually like very cool to see. So really appreciate that from Phil. Or everyone that also comments, I really appreciate it. But yeah, the one from Phil stuck out to me this week for sure. So yeah, guys, just get commenting. Share anything you want. If you want to roast me, you want to roast Ray, go nuts. It's all laugh. As long as you're commenting and you're getting amongst it all, it's a good laugh. So but I appreciate everyone's support so far.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome. We're loving it. It's been so cool to see how people have just backed us, man. It's been 2 months and people are still backing us, still having a good laugh. People calling us up, telling us how to improve the show, how to make it better. It's been good, man.
It's good. There's enough people out there that actually watch it, so it's good.
Huh?
There's enough people out there that watch it.
That's it, mate. Well, ladies and gents, make sure you like and subscribe to this video. It helps us out so much more than you probably realize. Share it with your friends and family. Share our short clips. If there's a specific topic that we talk about on Talk to Me or on this show that you think might help someone out or give someone a laugh, do that. You don't know what you could be doing for someone, especially during these lockdown times. Call a friend, call a family member. Stat, you got anything else to add?
No, mate, that's all. And just remember that Peter V'landys should be the Prime Minister of our country because he just seems to make everything work. And yeah, just be good, especially in this time of lockdown. Continue to focus on getting into the Word, especially during these times. And just tune into next week's episode.
That's it, man. Well, ladies and gents, I'm Ray. That's Stat. Thanks for having the chat.
Haters.
Stato.